You're not poor. You're comparing wrong. Seneca saw this destroy Rome. Here's proof. You scroll social media for 10 minutes. You see someone's vacation in Bali, someone's new car, someone's promotion, someone's designer clothes. You feel broke. Nothing changed in your bank account. Only your screen did. But you're not broke. You're envious. Charlie Munger said it best. The world is not driven by greed. It's driven by envy. He knew this destroyed more wealth than any market crash. How many times today did you compare your life to someone's highlight reel? Leon Festinger discovered this in 1954. Social comparison theory. Humans have an innate drive to evaluate themselves by comparing to others. Recent research from 2023 shows upward social comparison. Comparing yourself to people above you activates materialism. You start believing your worth equals your wealth. 30% of Gen Z social media users feel negatively about their finances after viewing others' posts. 30% of millennials say the same. Only 6% of baby boomers feel this way. Know why? They're not comparing their behind the scenes to everyone else's highlight reel. Crassus was the richest man in ancient Rome, worth 200 million sesterces. He had everything, but he saw Julius Caesar gain popularity. So Crassus spent everything trying to match his status. Died bankrupt, chasing what someone else had. Sound familiar? Let me prove it to you. When's the last time you bought something because someone else had it? When's the last time you felt successful until you saw someone doing better? How many times have you said, I deserve this, after seeing someone's social media post? How much money have you spent trying to look successful? Here's what you avoid. Tracking your actual net worth. Calculating your financial progress. Celebrating small wins. Focusing on your own goals. Here's what you prioritize. Checking who got promoted. Watching luxury lifestyle content. Comparing salaries. Obsessing over other people's success. Let's calculate what envy actually costs you. Research from 2024 shows that 29% of Americans have a distorted view of their finances caused by social comparison. Many of these people have above average savings, but they feel poor because they are comparing. 83% of people discover new products on social media. 40% of all online spending comes from impulse buying triggered by comparison. You see an influencer with a luxury bag. You buy a similar one for $800. You didn't need it. You needed to feel equal. Do this monthly? Over 10 years, you didn't just spend money. You lost $134,000 chasing someone else's highlight reel. Epictetus wrote, wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants. You're chasing infinite wants because comparison never ends. Here's what envy does to your money. Weakness 1, benign versus malicious envy. Recent psychology research identifies two types of envy. Benign envy. You see someone's success and think, if they can do it, I can too. This motivates improvement. Malicious envy. You see someone's success and think, I wish they didn't have that. This breeds resentment and irrational spending to catch up. Research shows malicious envy leads to compulsive buying. You're not buying to improve. You're buying to punish yourself for not being them. Weakness 2, the comparison trap. Studies from 2025 reveal social media amplifies upward social comparison. You're comparing your entire life to someone's best 30 seconds. But your brain doesn't know the difference. 5.4 billion people use social media now. They spend 2 hours, 21 minutes daily. That's 2 hours, 21 minutes of comparison, judgment, and envy. Charlie Munger said, I have conquered envy in my own life. I don't envy anybody. I don't give a damn what someone else has. But other people are driven crazy by it. His net worth when he died, $2.2 billion. He lived in the same house for decades, drove modest cars. His idea of luxury travel, an air-conditioned bus, when bargain fares were available. Weakness 3, perceived inequality. Recent research from May 2025 shows perceived economic inequality, not actual inequality, drives envy. When you believe the gap between you and others is unfair, envy becomes a personality trait. You wake up envious. You scroll envious. You spend envious. Researchers call this relative deprivation. You're not poor. You just feel poor compared to others. Result? You overspend to narrow the gap. But the gap is in your head, not your bank account. Stop. Your brain doesn't know the difference between a real threat and a fake one. When you see someone's vacation post, your amygdala treats it like you're being left behind by the tribe. Survival instinct. That's why comparison hurts physically. Pull up your social media right now. Look at the last 5 posts you saw. How many made you feel less than? Warren Buffett is worth $160 billion. He drives a 2014 Cadillac. His daughter bought it for him because he didn't want to waste time shopping. He lives in the house he bought in 1958 for $31,500. He eats at ordinary restaurants, uses coupons, wears inexpensive suits. What did he have that you don't? An internal scorecard, not an external one. Buffett said, "You are not a better person or a worse person because you live a different kind of life than your neighbor." You're using everyone else's scorecard. That's the problem. Here's the solution: the Stoic comparison detox. Marcus Aurelius called it indifference. External things that don't determine your worth. He ruled the Roman Empire, could have owned anything, chose to own almost nothing personal. Every morning, he reminded himself, today I will meet jealous people, envious people, people who want what I have, but their opinion of my possessions changes nothing about my character. He built a system to separate who he was from what he had. Here's why it works. Brain imaging research shows envy depletes self-regulatory resources. The more you envy, the less willpower you have to resist spending. Warren Buffett uses this principle. He said, "If you spend any time envying others, you're wasting time you could use to improve your own position." Naval Ravikant, net worth $60 million, uses the same system. Desire is a contract you make with yourself to be unhappy until you get what you want. The exact steps. Step 1, the 30-day social media audit. For 30 days. Every time you open social media, write down how you feel after. Inspired or envious. If it's envious more than 50% of the time, unfollow that account. You're not censoring. You're protecting your net worth. Step 2, the comparison journal. When you want to buy something after seeing someone else have it, write this down. I want X because Y has it. Then write, would I want this if nobody knew I had it? If the answer is no, you don't want it. You want to feel equal. Step 3, the internal scorecard and gratitude reset. Define success for you, not for social media, not for your family, for you. Write 3 financial goals that matter only to you: net worth target, debt payoff date, investment milestone. Then, every morning, write 3 things you already have that money can't buy: health, time, freedom, relationships, skills. Measure yourself against last year's you, not against strangers on the internet. Seneca said, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, who is poor." Step 4, the 72-hour comparison freeze. When you feel envious after seeing someone's success, wait 72 hours before taking any action. No purchases, no decisions, no comparisons. After 72 hours, your prefrontal cortex regains control. The emotion fades. The logic returns. Week 1. You notice the pattern. You'll catch yourself feeling inferior. You'll realize how often comparison controls your mood. The awareness is the breakthrough. Week 2. You start protecting your attention. First unfollows happen. $50 stays in your account instead of going to a purchase you didn't need. Week 3. You see progress. Your bank account is stable. You're not chasing, you're building. You're measuring yourself against yourself. Month 2. Identity shift. You stop identifying as behind. You start identifying as on your own path. You stop comparing. You start creating. You're not rich yet, but you're not envious anymore. Here's what people won't tell you. Your friends will say you've changed. Your family will ask why you're not keeping up. Social media will show you more luxury to trigger you back into comparison. Your coworkers will mock you for not upgrading your car, your clothes, your lifestyle. They're attacking you because your contentment threatens their insecurity. When you stop comparing, they see their own envy reflected back. They don't want to face it, so they want you to break. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "If you are distressed by anything external, the pain is not due to the thing itself, but to your estimate of it. And this you have the power to revoke at any moment." Charlie Munger said, "The best way to avoid envy is to plainly deserve the success you get. You don't owe anyone an explanation for your net worth. You don't owe anyone justification for your lifestyle. You don't owe anyone your peace of mind." Warren Buffett is worth $160 billion. His critics? Forgotten. His investment philosophy? Studied by millions 70 years later. Charlie Munger conquered envy. His legacy? $2.2 billion in wisdom that outlives him. The choice is binary. Most people will keep scrolling, keep comparing, keep feeling inadequate, keep wondering why they're broke despite earning well. Few people will detox from comparison, build their internal scorecard, track their own progress, create their own definition of wealth. Which one are you? If you're ready to stop comparing your wallet, write this in the comments. I'm measuring myself against myself, not later. Now. Next video, the discipline delusion, why willpower is a lie, and what actually builds wealth. Marcus Aurelius figured this out while fighting wars on 4 fronts. You're implementing it now, in 2026. Are you strong enough to delete social media for 30 days?